Welcome back to Chippo Fishing. Today we're doing our first mod on our boat. So this modification is both for aesthetics as well as functional. What we're talking about here is we're going to sleeve the motor wires and also the hydraulic wires. I noticed that while I was under speed, the hydraulic wires were tapping this, which is not going to be good for that. So we're sleeving it with a product, and it's a easy for me to say, it's a split sleeve that seals itself with Velcro. And I'll leave you the link to the site. It's sort of pricey, but when you compare the options, it's not that bad. So if you bear with me, let's open her up and see. I don't know if y'all can see, so but nothing special, because slice, and slice. Look, Mom, no duct tape needed. No trips to the ER. Okay. So this came in 1 and 2. This was right at a thick 2-inch, so I got the 2.5. Hopefully that's not going to be too much. If it is, we'll see once we get it in. So my plan of action is to go from here to here, and then I'll sleeve this from here, breaking the Velcro to here and down to here. It won't be as fancy as knee from the factory, but I think it'll be functional, save my cables from wear and tear. Yeah, it's hard to see right here, but you got a little wear here, you got friction. The last thing we want is, that something happens because I just didn't do anything. So we're trying to protect our investment. Let's see. Let me open it up and see what we got. Okay, folks, this is wire care, and the product is called Durawrap. Now, wire care, they offer a lot of varieties and a lot of different diameters, but the way this works, as you can see, you've got Velcro on one side, Velcro on the other. So you will wrap your cable around here and then seal it up with the Velcro, and there it's sleeved like that. And unlike the wire mesh where you've got to cut it with a heat knife, if you just cut it, a lot of times it'll fray out. So you're going to have to use, and we are prepared to use, these. So I may use them. It's going to see how it fits. I probably will. So I think this is going to be a good product, and this is the best way to go. Whereas they make some sleeving material that wraps over and fits, and that can allow some moisture in more than this will. So let me do this, and we can cut this pretty much with the scissors. Now that the mesh, if you don't have a heat knife, you can, with a pair of gloves on, because that stuff gets hot, heat it with a lighter and then smudge it out with your finger, and that'll stop it from unfraying and working its way down and getting loose. Just a little tip for you. Oh, and when you're getting ready to order this, as you're trying to figure out your actual length of your product, instead of using a tape measure, use something that's flexible. Piece of rope, a piece of wire. A piece of wire would probably be good, because you can match the curvature of what you want, and try to bend the tape is not really going to give you the accurate, unless it's a cloth tape, unless it probably won't give you accurate reading on what you want. And so measure twice, cut once, general rule. This is my first time working with the product, so what I'm seeing, first time trying to sleeve anything like this other than shrink wrap on wire. But what I'm seeing, if you notice, you got two cables. So you got one side, and a flat side. So this is my receiving part of the Velcro. So what I'm trying to do is trying to put the Velcro here and then get over top of it. Then after I finish as I plan, I can roll this around so it's less visible from there. Now if I continue to have this thumping when I'm underway, I'm going to go to extreme measures of maybe getting what is called pipe sweat. A lot of people would call it pipe insulation. It's basically the foam on your hot water heater and pipes, or pipes underneath the trailer maybe. It's just a foam that's split, and I would put a small piece from here to there, from here all the way down to here, so that it would not go bump, 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 which is not going to be good, especially on hydraulic lines. Okay, here's some items I'm seeing right here where it's bunching up, and if you see, like, it's not touching here, so we're gonna loosen this up a little bit and then reattach the Velcro. And I think probably the better way to do that would be to separate it at a length and then try to make that area as flat and as acceptable as possible. See, and then you've got other areas like this where we can just run over and probably smooth it down. This is starting to look pretty decent. So, okay, here we've got like a little pucker right there. So we're gonna open it up, smooth it down. I think this is gonna be a pretty good mod right here. So, and here's, I don't know if you guys can see me or not, but okay, so we've got like a little puckers here and there. And when you're measuring and you have zip ties already on your cable, you should be measuring your zip ties for that diameter. Always go for your largest when you're measuring. I'm doing this so hopefully it can give y'all some thoughts or ideas, and so you will just twist it around like this, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing as possible. Now then, we've got to come and smooth it down, and that's going to be looking pretty good, I think. Again, we're gonna pull up where it's not got a little pucker, and this is a two-part. It will keep the moisture and the water out, as well as give it a little protecting from the sun, and also the thump, 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 thump. Feeling good about it already. So now then, if you notice here, let's go around here and I'll tell you my plans. Let's see if they work. But if you notice here, my cables come up to here for the hydraulic line, and I'm sleeving up to here. If I can work this around so this goes on the inside there, I'm going to be sleeving from here to here, and it'll come into here. Now my thoughts are I could just sleeve it and jump from here to here, or I could possibly cut both parts of the Velcro and give this a little exit place. I don't know if that'll work. If I cut both parts of the Velcro and then seal it here, and then where it enters, seal it over top of there. I think this is gonna work. Now, when your cables, you know, well, I measured 2.5 inches. I was hoping that the thickness of the sleeve would all come together. So this is sort of a dry fit, but I think it's going to be a one-time thing. I hope. This part is for the company here, Wire Care. If you notice here on the Velcro, see how this comes in big rolls. Yeah, that's how they mass produce it. You get in big rolls, you cut it, I get it. But see your threads on your Velcro? They're starting to pull out. So get a firm grip on your Velcro on both sides when you're pulling out. So apparently this side over here has been maybe with a heat knife, whereas this side here looks like it was cut. So just a little quality control issue. No biggie for me, but for your picky customers, you might have some splaining to do, Lucy. Stage 1 completed. It's wrapped or sleeved, and then I cut out a little notch, that much of the Velcro for this fitting. So this fitting can come here, and hopefully I will tighten this up a little bit, make this look a little bit better. But sort of smooth looking. Not a bad transition. Not the best, but not bad. Folks, 2-part dilemma, which is awesome. I love a learning experience. First one is got this coming in here. Not that aesthetically pleasing. I could cut it, but I just don't want to compromise it. I could switch that up later at any time with ta-da. So the second part is I had a ring where my cable went down. So I'm going to try to make this as neat as possible. Going that extra distance. So I'm going to, I've unscrewed it. And look, here's a tip right here. See this gizmo? Y'all know where I got that. Sometimes they have coupons where they give them away for free, or they're $1. Harbor Freight. Look. Wow. I grew up working on Volkswagens in gravel and pine straw. We didn't have that. So that is amazing right there. Y'all gotta get one if you don't have 3. All right. So what I'm doing is I've taken the screws out here, and it's got a hard plastic with a collar that goes down, and then this ring that goes on top of a rubber boot. So I'm moving this, let me get where this will stay. I'm moving this ring through here. I may cut some off of here. If I do, fine. And I did put 2 zip ties up here on the end, right by the motor. So right now we're gonna, without cutting it right now, I'm just gonna see, because whether I cut it or leave it like this, I can stick it down through here regardless, even if I have to pull it through. So I'm trying to figure out a way. This boot is flexible and rubber, and basically it keeps water from going down into your bilge area. So got a corner here, and I'm going to stick it through here. Notice the zip ties. If I go around the zip ties, then I've got to stretch it. It's going to be harder. So I'm going to try to keep it between these zip ties and my deck. So y'all bear with me. This might work, one of those things where it works out better in your brain than in your hands. But hey, we keep on trying to figure stuff out and how to do it. Yes, a short installation. I could have took 3 pictures and say, oh, this, I'm getting ready to do this, and then click to the end and say, that's how you do it. But see, you don't learn, I don't learn. And I'm trying to learn through teaching and through doing. Okay, so I'm starting to get here. I'm going to pull through, and then you got to stretch it out and work it, stretch it out and work it. So this is not going to be easy, and I do not want to damage this rubber piece for good reasons. This is old and crusty like I am. So, yeah, throughout this process, maybe some of you guys have already done this and found a better product, better way, or, you know, if you want to critique my adapting and skills or such like that, you know, please just let me know. So, okay, now we're getting down to this Velcro part here, which is the reciprocating side of the other side of Velcro. We're going to feed it through there and work it. Now then, I'm going to have to, when I have new transducer coming out the back, which is going to be another mod, a sweet mod, but that can't be for right now. So we are bunched up here, but basically you're just gonna, you know, start wiggling it through, stretching it out, give it a little bit of room, a little tug. Working its way through. Looky here. Now then, if we can wrap it around here, we'll be able to work the whole thing up. Looky there, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. Okay, if you notice, these have little perforated holes that go all around, and it's for a zip tie to go through. So after we get it and put it back, we'll put the zip tie back, which was not secured for some reason, but I know that I'm going to be dipping in there for later. Well, I guess if you had to cut the zip tie, then you might risk the chance of cutting something important beyond that, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, big pull there, big pull here. I know it's a lengthy video, but see, the whole point of doing my mods and why I go in detail is because somebody's going to need to see this detail. You know, so many folks are just like, oh, let's do this. And they show you opening up the box and 2 turns of the screwdriver and once of the drill, and you know, then there's a finished product. Meanwhile, you're going, well, how did that work? What about this? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to Velcro this down. I may have to work it up and over these wire zip ties, in which case that'll be sweet, and then we can tuck it down. I was just trying to be as easy as you can with the old crusty rubber. Okay, so working this up is sort of tedious. Sliding it down after the Velcro is affixed should be pretty much easier. Okay, so So if I can get up to there, this section is going to be longer than my whole video. And thank y'all for the viewing, subscribing, liking, sharing, comments. Leave me those comments, especially today, man. Y'all could give me some thoughts that I have not thought of. Okay, so now we got here. This is my plug for my onboard charger. So when I come in, I just plug it in. Okay, so okay, I can tell I'm gonna have to cut some of this off because that charger runs right through the middle and I can't velcro down, so I know it's going to come to here, so I'm going to go just make a cut somewhere around here and give me a little bit easier way to work with it. So, modifications of the Express. Trying to take y'all with me on the journey for your enjoyment, but hopefully for your ease of putting it all together and making it work for you a little bit. Okay, now see these cables? I can pull them over here and work this around. Now then, got my boot up here. I'm going to continue to fasten it through as much as I can. I don't know if I have don't have much leeway in here for there, but I can stretch the cables and I'm not wanting to go tugging on them for good reason. Okay, that's starting to look pretty sweet there. Yeah, there's a little bit of slack room in here, but if you look like other products like TH Marine, they have a product like this that zips up. I would probably have the same type issues. I'm going to work this beast on down some, try to smooth it out. But yeah, they would probably have some of the same issues of trying to fix it, and may not be as neat, but I like this. I think this is going to be a good mod. Okay, now then, I'm going to pull this down and see this cord has to come through as also. I think this will also, let me get past these zip ties right here. I think this will also aid in getting a little bit more water resistant coming down. It's definitely going to look sharp. And yeah, got to line up the holes too. Okay, so this will come out here. So maybe, all right, folks, we're going to call this a completed mod. Now, I can still come in here, trim this up, and make it look a little bit neater, cleaner. I don't think it'll compromise too much, but for right now. Now, the main thing is the hydraulic lines keep batting that. And if you see here, there's a little discoloration from the cable. So this is going to actually protect it as well as the aesthetics of it. But it's looking pretty sharp to me. You know, y'all tell me what you think. Yeah, this was a long video. Longer than it probably needed to. But if it reaches those that need it, it's well worth it. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Y'all leave me some comments about what I did right, what I did wrong, your suggestions, your thoughts, if you've done it before or if you're looking to do this. So, pretty sharp product. Wire care And the product is called Durowrap. So let's talk it up. Questions, comments. Come on, I'm looking forward to this. All right, more mods on the way. Thanks. Peace. GoPro, stop recording.